In this video, I want to talk about our largest month in revenue and how we were able to make over $20,000 in 1 month.
Like and subscribe! What are you doing? Do it now!
So, first off, I want to start out by saying this video is not out to be a braggadocious type of thing. I've listened to other people and their opinions about numbers, and I hear it as this common thing that comes up where people think it's a tacky thing to talk about numbers in business and how much they make. And I think altogether that just kind of holds people back from being able to grow and learn about business. And I don't see anything wrong with being transparent, which is what I do here, right? I'm trying to be transparent. So I want to go ahead and dive into this because it's exciting. It was fun. It was a lot of work, but it was exciting. The first thing I'm going to show you is I'm actually going to pull up a bank statement. All right, so this account is like an accounts in type account. Basically, we have money that comes in from our lawn care business, money that comes in from our painting business. We throw it all into one account. So they come in on their own accounts, then we throw it all into one account, and then through a profit first method, we distribute it. No, cat. Go on. Go on. Alright, this account right here is an account that we use to basically put all the money together and then distribute it through profit first methods through our businesses. So basically the lawn care money, the painting money, it all goes into their own accounts and then into this account, and then we distribute it to where we need from there by percentages. That's something that we started last year, and we are going to actually separate and basically just do a branch off where each business does its own profit first method, which we were doing last year, but like I said, funneling it all into this account and then distributing it outward. Basically, it just added an extra unneeded step. But moving on from that, so you can see in here that we had 47 deposits. Most of our deposits come in lump sums from Stripe payments through a credit card processing. We had $17,918 come in. That was what actually hit the bank account through the period of June 1st to June 30th. So our actual invoice amount is a little bit different, and I'm going to go ahead and dive into that. But yeah, you'll notice there's some stuff that's blacked out on here. That's because you don't need my information. You just don't. Okay? But I left what's important. You can see my name. You can see that it's a legit bank statement. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about this a little more. First off, I want to say that it was basically a 50-50 split between our lawn business and our painting business, and people get caught up in the business thing. I do want to say right out that the painting business, you can substitute that as just an added service. That's all we were doing, was adding a service, just like doing say a flower bed install, cutting down a tree, doing a sod installation, something of that nature. It's just a straight crossover as a service. Okay, so while we set it up for its own thing, for its own benefits, it's a service that basically branched off from us being a business. Alright, you can substitute that with plug and play whatever service you want to push, whether maybe it's power washing or sod install or whatever it might be. Okay, I just don't want you to get hung up on that as we dive further into the video. Alright, so like I said, it's about a 50-50 split. So I'm going to go ahead and show you our painting first, and you can see the painting started out right here. It's broke up week by week, and this is just a screenshot of my invoice reports off of Yardbook. I use Yardbook. It's free software. I do use the paid version for both our lawn care and painting. and basically that's just mass messaging and stuff like that that you get from the paid version, but you can use a free version. It does awesome stuff. I'm not sponsored by Yardbook. I just think that it's been game changing for me. It's just a CRM. It's not the fact that it's Yardbook or this or that or whatever. It's just the fact that I'm utilizing a CRM that was game changing. Okay, so find something, dive in with it, use it, and actually use it to change your business. So when you look at this, you can see we kind of had this slow increase, and we got higher and higher. Our business was starting out around that time, so our first jobs were a little smaller, and I only did 4 jobs that month. Okay, so between June 1st to June 30th, we only did 4 painting jobs, just 4, and we were doing that 1 a week after all the lawns were taken care of. So we would do the lawns Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sometimes they would bleed into Thursday. It really all depended. We got a lot of rain this year, and it was an absolute nightmare to stay caught up. So I was out there while it was raining, weed eating the lawns, looking like a crazy fool, but getting the stuff done. So if it wasn't a total washout, I was out there, and if it was too soft to put the mowers on the lawn, I was actually weeding in the lawn, making sure we stayed caught up. So, not saying it was easy, but we did get it done. We were able to do this. And that was with me being on production on both, obviously. So we started out smaller, and our first week, as you can see, was under $2,000. Then we had this higher section. I don't know why it's apparently the way we invoiced it. They both hit in the same week, but that one was above $6,000, and then we have another one below $2,000. But the total for the month, as you can see over here, was $10,056.50. So that is a snapshot of our painting business in the month of June. That was pretty much normal for the painting business, and that could be really easy. Like I said, that was only 4 jobs a month. So if you substituted that, the average was like right around, I want to say, $2,500. Yeah, 4 divided by 10,000 divided by 4 is $2,500. So if you did, a $2,500 sod install, or a $2,500 flower bed install, or push some rocks or mulch or a few cleanups, you could easily substitute this. And this was done, like I said, in 2 to 3 days a week. So we did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with the lawn care, and then normally it was Thursday was the kind of day that was up in the air, but this is normally Thursday, Friday, Saturday was painting. Sometimes we bled into Sunday. There was a lot of days, or a lot of weeks that I worked 7 days a week. It's just kind of what it is. So let's go ahead and show a snapshot of the lawn care and pull this up. And the lawn care, you can see, was kind of like all over the place. So you saw the other one, it was like this gradual increase on the graph. This one was all over the place. I'm not 100% sure why. I don't know if that's because, like, I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. My only thought is it has to be rain. Now you can see the custom date range I have up here is 6/1 to 6/30, so the month of June, but for some reason it's showing the last week. When it shows weeks, it's showing there's a 5th week in here, so apparently it was one of those odd months where you have 5 weeks. So it does show May down there, but that is not in the total monthly invoiced amount. I don't know why it does that, but whatever. So our total monthly invoiced amount for lawn care was $10,069. That's not hard to do. Again, that's $2,500 a week and can easily be done. Don't know what that is. We're going to get rid of it. So, yeah, I mean, that's a snapshot of that business. Our lawn care business, like I said, we had a lot of rain this year. It was an absolute nightmare, but we did stay caught up. And you can kind of see that our weeks were all over the place. Like this one was below 2,000. This one was at 2,000. This week we jumped up and we were almost 4,000. So obviously we were doing catch up and doing some bush trimming or whatever we might have had to do. And then we dropped down to just above 2,000, so we're right around 2,500. That's our normal weekend lawn care. I would like to crank that up. So, bringing that all together, basically what I want to do is say that it's not impossible to hit that kind of number. So for a long time I was caught between like $3,000 to $6,000 a month, and that's kind of where I stayed, and that was my happy median. And here's why I couldn't grow past that very easy. A lot of my lawns were bi-weekly, and I know that some people in certain areas, they have to cut bi-weekly, or they say they have to cut bi-weekly. I thought I had to, but I didn't. So I was, for the most part, bi-weekly lawns. I had maybe 10% of my lawns, 15, let's just say I probably had, say, 10 to 15% of my lawns were actually weekly accounts that I showed up to and I took care of. But most of them were bi-weekly. And what I was doing was, for the most part, showing up and cutting them 2 to 3 times a visit. And that's not a formula for success. I didn't charge more, so that's a big factor. If you do have bi-weeklies and you charge more for the fact that they're bi-weekly, you're gonna maybe recover from that. But in all honesty, I found that I couldn't charge enough on bi-weekly to justify it. So what I mean is, like, I did charge more, but normally it was like $5. That's not enough incentive for somebody to go weekly, for one, and it's not enough for you to basically recover the amount of time that you're going to spend extra to make that property look good. Now, it also comes down to the level of quality. Like, when I was mowing these yards, I was taking care of them and actually cutting them and making them look real good, and I was polishing them up. So a bi-weekly yard nowadays, if I had it, it would basically be mow over it. What it looks like when it's done is what it looks like. So if it's clumped up and stuff, hey, go weekly and it'll fix that problem. I mean, that's just my opinion now. The other thing is, my route was just horrible. It was horrible. So Tulsa's a decent sized population, and I also want to say that if you're in a smaller city, say only 50,000, I think you could do easily $10,000 a month in revenue in your lawn business, and I don't see that being a problem at all. So back to what I was saying there, is that Tulsa is a fairly good sized city, and so we've got a decent population in the surrounding area of Tulsa. So Tulsa in the metro area, it's just below like a million in population, I believe, and I think Tulsa itself somewhere between like I think it's around 500,000 or 600,000 people, and then the surrounding suburbs are what make the rest of the population up. Anyways, so having said that, Tulsa, I just look at all the suburbs as part of Tulsa, and it's like stretched out. Or I look at it when I look at my old route, because I am not from here, so I wasn't used to. When I get a call, they'd say, "Yeah, I'm out in Glenpool," and I go, "Okay, I'm gonna go service Glenpool. I can mow it. What's my niche? My niche is to mow grass." So I went out and I cut this lawn way out in BFE, and then I got another call for Collinsville, which was way the other way. So basically, I had this 70-80 mile stretch. I don't know what the distance between these places is, but I know that in my truck, keep in mind, remember the old black Chevy? The old black Chevy didn't drive very fast. In fact, it only went like 50 on the highway. So driving that kind of distance in a gas guzzling vehicle, with push mowers and stuff like that, when you get there to mow a small property that's only worth what I was charging, $35-40 every 2 weeks, was not worth it. It was, in fact, like it was like putting myself through torture, to be honest. I just was not making good income. So to sum this video up, if you look for efficiencies in your business, this is assuming you're residential. If you're residential, tighten up your route, make sure that you have the most efficient mowers, and again, go sell some jobs, man. and then take care of them. Biggest thing you can do residential wise is be consistent. Consistent across the board. Consistent in your marketing, consistent in your communication with your clients, consistent in delivery of service, consistent on the time you wake up and when you get out and when you hit your route and what you do. Consistency is what's going to make you hit these numbers. So for us, this was a highest month. That's not saying I made this every month. I wish I did. And it's not even that much money, to be honest with you. Like, I've got friends that are commercial, and when I say friends, they're people that I talk to every day that are well past this marker. And you know, this is like, to them, when they look at it, it's literally like making change. So, you know, if they had a month that was like this, they'd go, "Oh, my business is about to close its doors." So really, it's all relative to where you're at in business. And you know, that's just kind of my opinion. That's where we are at, and that's being straightforward and honest with you. I hope this video helped. If it did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I look forward to doing more videos like this in the future. Our next video on this topic is going to be talking about setting goals. Now, when I'm talking about goals, I want to let you know that it's not just like, hey, setting this number and saying it. It's goals and then having the action steps, what you have to do to actually get there. And I'm going to walk you through real simple on how to do that so that it's very, very easy for you. I know I'm not the best in business. I'm just trying to help out. I think this was a cool opportunity to show that something is very obtainable. Did I work a lot of hours? Yes. Was it the most efficient I could be? No. Could I knock out these lawns a lot quicker? Yeah, I was only using a 36. This year I have a 61 as well. We get to see how that's going to work out and how much time that's going to cut off. So there's a lot of cool variables that come into play. So you guys have a good one. Like and subscribe.